Hey, and good afternoon. I am here with Karin Andrea Stephan, and she is an expert in helping us unclutter our mental clutter. I know it's a super interesting topic, but today we're going to be talking about something that is new and fascinating to all of us, which is the AI component and how it applies to us getting our lives maybe upgraded a level from where we are right now. So, we are uncovering a bunch of topics today around our mental and physical clutter and how we can use AI to generate the interest in our daily activities and how we can use a program she has called EarKick. And please help me welcome Karin Andrea Stephan. How are you today?
Hi, I'm so grateful to be able to connect with other people who also are interested in decluttering whatever it is, the mind, the house, your life. So really honored to be here.
So, when it comes to EarKick, am I understanding that the panda then speaks back in a language or a voice we understand because we fed it the information like, hey, here's how I think. And then it's going to go, oh, I understand how you think. And in the same language that we're using, whether it's simplified learning or whether it's like really expansive language, it's going to speak back to us in the same terms. And it's going to then give us information based on our level of experience and expertise and educational information. Is that kind of
That is
correct?
correct. It will remember you. So it remembers what you've been through in the last 2 weeks. It'll pick up on that conversation and you don't have to repeat everything. It understands a lot of languages, but it will speak or answer in either English or Spanish. We're adding more languages as we go, but you can speak however you want into it and you'll get an answer. It will always be simple enough to understand medical terms or anything that is complicated. And the wonderful thing is you can also shape the panda. So you can personalize it, give it a name, ask for a style of how it should interact with you. Should be more like a teacher or more like a chummy friend or more tough love. You can all customize that because we are all different in our ways how we get motivated and how we stay engaged. So we made it in a way that you can
Mhm.
shape it to your needs.
So you made a comment that caught my attention when you said it remembers what you said or did over the last couple of
Yeah.
weeks. Is it tracking the progress of what you've made as well?
Yes.
So if you're dealing with a particular issue and then you go into another room of the house and let's say it's a clutter issue with clothes, for example, is it going to remember that you had those same hangups in the other room, probably the same hangups in this room over here?
Yes.
Does it help with that?
There are many ways you can go about that. Yes, you can just talk to the panda, be very specific if you want. And you can also set goals. Let's say you want to set the goal of cleaning up your closet. And then you break it down into smaller actions and you put it into EarKick. And it will remind you that's your time, whatever, however you would like to have this. And then every week you get a report about how you've been doing, about your mood and your progress and the trends that Panda has detected. And you can pick up on that. So, for example, if you did not make all the progress you wanted in decluttering your house, it will tell you what it is, but it will also motivate you to keep going and to not give up. So, you basically have a companion that's constantly on your side. It never gets tired or impatient. It listens to you and it loves you the way you are, basically.
And I think that's the key right there. It loves you the way you are and it accepts
Mhm.
you. Whereas right now, as we're trying to unclutter our homes and we're trying to find a balance, sometimes we get frustrated with ourselves and sometimes we might be our own worst enemy. And sometimes the people that live in the house with us are like, how come you're still fighting this particular issue and you still have clutter issues and what have you? So I think that's a really interesting facet that it loves you the way you are and is not judgmental of your
Correct.
process. And so then I want to ask the next question, which is if you are using this as a tool, is this a replacement for maybe seeing a therapist or going to some counseling or getting a professional organizer or somebody in your home? Or is this just an additional tool?
It depends on your situation. I would say if you're lucky enough, and many of us are not, to have the means, the time, the budget, the resources to go see a therapist, do it because you're one of the
Mm.
few lucky ones. If you have a coach, if you have someone else that helps you, by all means, use it. but your therapist is not going to be there for you 24/7. And you may feel shame to call at 3 o'clock in the morning. You may feel a little uncomfortable talking about a nitty gritty problem. You may not want to call your coach in the morning when you feel like everything is too much and that you don't want to get up and do the
Mhm.
things. That's where an AI like the Panda is very helpful. It never grows tired. It works with you through the same thing a million times if you want. I find myself struggling with the same things all over. And to go to my partner and tell him for the thousandth time that this is my problem with decluttering, let's say, my wardrobe, he will at some point tell me that, hey, I'm getting tired of this, or this is boring. But an AI will never say that. And the AI Panda is
Mm.
always happy that you're interacting. He's always ready to work with you through the whole thing, your memories, your inhibitions, your concerns. And a lot of our members use it on next to other resources, or they use it even if they don't have a per se problem. They just like to have this Panda in the pocket that they can turn to anytime and not feel judged and not have to go through that. Oh, what is he gonna or she gonna think about me? How do I look? All these things, they're gone because you're in a safe space when you interact with the Panda on the app. And nobody needs to see that. Nobody is going to see that. It's absolutely safe and private. So you can use it as a on top, ongoing tool. And the beauty about it is that all the data that's collected about you is on your phone and stays on your phone and is yours and yours alone. So again, if you're lucky enough to have access to help or a therapist, coach, go work with them. And they'll be happy to know that you are tracking your mood, you're tracking your progress, you're tracking how you deal with emotional problems around decluttering.
So what kind of stuff does it track? It tracks your moods, it tracks your progress, it has conversations with you, it saves your data so that it knows the data that you already gave it in prior days or prior weeks. And you said it's kind of like a
Yeah.
diary. So if I were going to go back and I were going to look like, hey, wait a second, I've been on this program for 60 days. What was my progress in the last 60 days? Can I go back in time and look at where I
Yeah.
was? Is it linear like
You
that?
can, but the most important thing is it tries to figure out what your triggers are and what your patterns are. For example, there are people who have the seasonal lows. So in winter, they're less willing and they feel less motivated to, let's say, declutter or keep some kind of regimen. And the panda will tell you about that. Okay, look, in spring or in May, you're always much more motivated. Now it's getting darker. Be careful, be mindful of this. Let's see how we can prepare for that season. It tracks the weather, it tracks location. It can get a lot of correlations between how you feel, how you act, how much you move. It tracks your sleep, your exercise, and correlates it with what you say and what you achieve. Let's say if you have a particular good day, every Saturday you're really motivated to go declutter. It will tell you that. And so you know that Saturday is a good day for
Mm,
decluttering. And then you can work on the days where you feel like you're not so.
interesting. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I am absolutely mesmerized by the thought of this, and I really want to hear everybody's comments. So I'm going to ask you guys after you've downloaded the app, again, there's a free and a premium version. Download the free version and give it a try. Let me know what you think. And has Panda become your new best friend? What do you think of EarKick? I'm really, really interested, and I'm going to keep you posted as well because I think during our decluttering journey, I think this could really help us out a lot. Thank you, Karin Stephan, for joining us and for introducing us to EarKick. I think this is a real opportunity for us to be able to try something a little bit different than what we've tried in the past. All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your being here with me today.
Yeah. Please share your stories. I can't wait.